JR informs us that tonight we are kicking off the show with some Divas action. Sofia Cortez, who you might better know as Ivelisse, who was signed to AEW for a while, makes her way to the ring. Tonight, Sofia is taking on Norwich England's Paige. The match starts off even with some back and forth between Cortez and Paige. Eventually, Cortez is in firm control of the match. Paige manages to work her way out of a submission and deliver some chops to the chest of Cortez. Paige goes for an Irish whip, but Cortez counters and connects with a kick. Cortez then hits a DDT to pick up the win. Camacho makes his way to the ring next, accompanied by Hunico. If you think Camacho looks familiar, that's because most of you see him on a weekly basis as Tongaloa in the Bloodline. Camacho is taking on hardcore mosher Seth Rollins as he headbangs and windmills himself down to the ring. To start off the match, Camacho seems in control, but Rollins continues to fight back intermittently. Camacho then easily controls the momentum for the next part of the match as he wears down Rollins. Rollins manages to land on his feet and hit an enziguri to Camacho. The comeback is now on, with Rollins finally hitting a big kick to the chest of his competitor. As Rollins is sizing up Camacho in the corner, Hunico tries to pull Seth's leg, but he avoids it and hits Hunico with a 2-footer in the face. Camacho has Rollins in a hold, but he manages to free himself and send Camacho headfirst into his partner on the apron. Seth hits the blackout and it's all over. Before Rollins can get too carried away with his celebration, Hunico attacks him from behind and then Camacho joins in. It's Bo Dallas to the rescue, folks, as he slides in the ring and stops the beatdown on Seth. We've got some tag team action next as Corey Graves and Jake Carter, who is the son of Vader, take on CJ Parker and Nick Rogers. This was a relatively quick tag bout with both teams getting some offense in. In the end though, Jake Carter hits a spinebuster on Nick Rogers and then knocks Parker to the outside, giving him and Graves time to hit their tag finisher, bottoms up, to get the win. Next, JR informs us that debuting tonight is a real knockout artist. A video package then plays out of Kassius Ohno. After that we get another Bray Wyatt teaser. He says, "I've been through hell and I know how cruel it can be. I know what it's like. I know what it does to a man. It took away from me my ability to feel fear, to feel pain. What will they do when they discover that they cannot hurt me? What can they do?" It's clear to see that Bray Wyatt is head and shoulders above the rest of the roster in terms of character development. Watching this short vignette, you can tell that the Wyatt persona is all ready to go for the main roster. Debuting Kassius Ohno is up next against future Prince Pretty Mike Dalton. Things look promising for Dalton early on in the match, but that quickly changes and Kassius takes control. After Ohno remaining in control for a while, Dalton finally manages to fight back and hit a beauty shot, but only gets a 2. Guess it has less power if it isn't executed by Prince Pretty himself, Tyler Breeze. Immediately after the pinfall, Ohno gets to his feet and hits a discus elbow to get the win. Blimey, that came out of nowhere. Ohno gets on the mic after his victory and says, "I'll say it slow so you people can understand it. Kassius Ohno knocks people out. And when they hear Kassius coming, they all say, 'Oh no.'" Derrick Bateman is in action next as he takes on Jinder Mahal. Bateman starts off the match well, at one point hitting an explosive crossbody and then taking Mahal to the outside with a clothesline. He then hits a suicide dive, but it looks like Bateman may have got the worst of that move as he now clutches his knee. This gives Mahal the opportunity to take control of the match for a bit. A little while later, Bateman starts to mount a comeback. He hits a running neck breaker, but Mahal kicks out before 3. Bateman goes to hit his finisher, but Mahal avoids it and goes to the bottom rope to stop Bateman's attack. Mahal then avoids Bateman's finisher for the second time and hits a knee to his back. Jinder locks in the camel clutch and gets the win. After celebrating his victory, Jinder locks in the camel clutch one more time. Byron Saxton tells us that they have just received breaking news from the general manager Dusty Rhodes. Because of the interference we saw earlier this evening, tonight's main event will see Rollins team up with Bo Dallas and Tyson Kidd to take on Camacho, Hunico and Michael McGillicutty. Main event time, Tyson, Bo and Seth make their way to the ring, shortly followed by the team of McGillicutty, Camacho and Hunico. It starts off well for the face team of Tyson, Seth and Bo as they put a beating on Hunico. With the help of a distraction from Camacho, Hunico now beats down Seth and tags in Camacho. When we return from the commercial break, Camacho is still in control of the match, wearing down Seth. Eventually, Seth switches things around when he starts fighting back from his opponent's corner. Seth ducks a clothesline from Hunico and tags in Bo Dallas. As quickly as Bo's momentum starts, it comes crashing to an end. Now Dallas is in desperate need of the tag. Whilst Bo is down, McGillicutty knocks down Rollins from the apron and then misses Tyson as he ducks out of the way. Bo gets the tag to Kidd and Tyson proceeds to go on a tear. Later on, Seth takes out Hunico, Camacho and his own partner Bo Dallas with a crossbody from the top rope. Tyson Kidd then sees an opportunity to hit a move on the outside, but is stopped in his tracks when McGillicutty hits a chop block followed by a running neckbreaker to win the match. That was a bit of a shocker. I was convinced the faces were definitely winning this one. If I'm being honest, I wasn't overly entertained by this episode. It wasn't bad by a long shot, but I just found it a bit boring. Just in next week with the debut of Bray Wyatt. I'll give episode 3 of NXT 2.5 out of 5 stars. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you in the next one.